Hello everyone, thank you for dropping by watching my video. So today we're going to talk about Continuum World. So I saw this a while back coming from, I think it's a Zwalen Gaming. He made a video out of it and I was like, wow, that looks a pretty interesting game, but I forgot about it. Then I saw it again today, so I figured like, okay, maybe we can look into this game and see where it is at currently and what are we going to expect once this game releases. So as you've seen in the trailer in the background, the game is supposed to release in I think it should be Q1 2022, and you can see in the background how the game actually plays, and you see there's different modes that, I mean not modes, but different activities that you can play, like fishing, mining, and chopping woods, and probably planting, which you can see there's a plantation there. So there's quite a number of things that you need to do here, and in order to survive you need to do these things to feed your Omi, which is your characters. So they call Omi your characters here, and there are different buildings that they have actually made. Hopefully they will be adding this a bit more moving forward, because 3 buildings aren't enough for you to actually play the game. So they have the plantations, they have the power generators, and the fish farms. So plantations and fish farms will be producing food for your Umi, and you can also sell them if you have excess food in the marketplace for tokens. Power generators is just, I would assume, to be used for generating power for your structures, but other than that, I think that's the main use for this one. Now they also mentioned here that you can actually buy land in this game, when I think, if I remember correctly, in their roadmap this is going to be in Q4 2021. So hopefully within the next month or so they'll have the land sale. So in here I would assume you would purchase land, and that's where you can do your harvesting, your building, and how you will survive in the woods in this Umiworld. So in terms of multiplayer, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work. Like, is it like, if I don't have land, for example, would I be able to just go to any other lands and participate in their, in their environment, in their instance? So that part I'm not quite yet clear. So hopefully they can bring a bit more information on that part. But for now, that's the current understanding I have. I would assume other players will be able to join into your land and help build whatever you need to do to survive the game. So next, tokens. So where are we at currently with the tokens? So the tokens are still being introduced, not yet live. So I think I have an open article here, how to purchase tokens. So right now they're not yet available. They will be available in Monday, October 4th, 12 p.m. UTC, which will be available in both Quick Swap and Uniswap. So Quick Swap is in the Polygon-matic network, Uniswap is in the Ethereum network. So if you don't have the stomach to burn gas, then I would say you go to Quick Swap, then Uniswap. So at least you have that option. The only downside with Quick Swap right now is sometimes Polygon-matic can be a bit sluggish, meaning that when you do transactions, sometimes it takes forever for them to complete a transaction. So that is also a risk, since normally if you want to do this, once the token goes live, you want to be able to swap it immediately, then try to swap out again once the token flies up, right? But if Quick Swap at that time is slow and sluggish, then you might miss out, right? So either your transaction, you'll not be able to buy the tokens, or you might be able to buy the tokens, but you can't sell the tokens at the price you want them to be at. So you just need to take that, take that down, and make sure to be aware of the possible consequences if you try to do this particular activity. So they currently completed the CDPI platform IDO. So they already did this last Friday, which is yesterday. Then they're gonna have another one under TrustPad, which is tomorrow on Sunday, or I guess today on Sunday. So if you want to join in, you can also join in that. But again, TrustPad and any Launchpad platforms requires you to stake tokens, the TrustPad tokens, into their website. So in here you can see that these are the requirements for you to be able to participate in the IDO. So in here you can see that even if you put in like I think 8,000 TrustPad tokens, it'll only guarantee you a 50% chance to be part of the the allocation of tokens. And the question is, how much tokens are there available and how much are they going to allocate it to you? So that's another question. And I don't know if it's worth it, right? So if they're just gonna give you a small amount of tokens, then having you required to stake in this much money. And right now I think the price of T-pad, they didn't really mention it here. I think they mentioned it. Let me go back here. I think they mentioned it somewhere. T-pad price, T-pad, there it is, 0.51. So if you're going to stake to get at least a guaranteed part, I think it should be somewhere here. I don't know if this is already guaranteed, right? They didn't mention anything. I don't know what 2x means, but let's just assume this is the part where they require you. So you need 10,000 T-pad tokens, and that's pretty much like $5,000. So unless you plan to really stake this for the long run, meaning you want to participate in all of the other IDOs that they're going to have for other projects available, so like for example Gov or Blocktopia or Welfare Token, if you want to join into the others, then yeah, sure, go ahead. If you have the budget, try and stake the TrustPad token. Same for CDFI, it's the same idea. So for me right now, I don't think it's worth, because you can see also how much they've allocated. It's only 6 million tokens, which is around 100k USD. And I don't know how much they're going to be able to allocate per person. From what I heard before, in some people's experiences, they're not really allocated that much. I guess it depends on the launch pad. So I don't know if it's worth it. All right. So, but if you want to get into the IDO, then this is one way to do it, but it's an expensive way to do it. So otherwise, the only other option that you can do is just to get into the decks and pray to the lucky gods to give you the early entry and the early out, right? So good luck with that. So that's the token right now. Again, it's not yet available. It will be available on October 4. So next, let's look into the team. So the team is PlayChain. So the link is already available. You can click it and it'll take you to this website. And here you will see what are the projects that the team has done or are currently doing. So the current one is of course Continuum World. Then they also did Crypto Fantasy, Crypto Wars, and Shoot Chain. Unfortunately, I can't find all of these games. I don't know. I googled for 5 minutes. I couldn't find them. And if you have any idea, do let me know, because I'm really curious what these games are and how they did, because they did claim here that they've worked in many platforms such as iOS, Android, Steam, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of platforms, and they said that one of their games is the top 10 US for iPad games, but they didn't mention what game was that, so I don't know. And again, as I've said, I can't find them anywhere. They're not in Android. They're not. I don't know in iOS because I don't have an iPhone, so I can't really tell. So if you have any information on it, let me know. I want to look into it too. But I mean, the good thing here is at least the team is fully doxed. You can find them here. So Enrique Dubois has done several AMAs. You can look in their Twitter. You can see him with several AMAs from different interviews, so you can at least verify that he has been there and has shown himself to discuss about the game and the progress and how they've done the game so far. So right now, at least we have no concern with that one. So next we look at the roadmap. So the roadmap, honestly, is just, I don't know, it's too simple. Normally, if you're gonna try to make a decent roadmap, it should be, I don't know, it should be at least presentable. I mean, this is like bare bones white paper, right? I mean, you've seen the other white papers in my previous videos on how they look and how they're presented. They're very nicely done, but this one is just bare bones in my perspective. But at least the important one that we're gonna look at right now is, are they on track, right? So right now they are. For Q3, they've already done most of these things, and they already did. I think they already did the Umi Origin NFT drop. I wasn't available. I only found out this game like right now or a week ago, so I completely missed this. They already did the token pre-sale. I think they meant private sale, I would assume, because they gave out, I think, 2.1 million from their investors. They got 2.1 million. Let's get up here and check. Yeah, so they got they sold a private token sale of $2.1 million, which is quite a lot. So congrats to the team for being able to do that. And these are all the investors and partners that that are participating for this project, which is great. Again, X21 is here, and the other companies I haven't really looked into. So if you want to double check them, then feel free to go ahead and review them. But yeah, so at least in a way, we know that there are a lot of companies that really took interest for their game, and hopefully they'll be able to execute this game based on the based on what is expected. Alright, then next for Q4, what they plan is the Umi NFT creator is released. So I guess this is where we're able to create their NFT. I don't know if the NFT is going to cost us, like how much, or is it going to be free for the initial characters. I'm not sure. Then the IDO, which is currently ongoing. Then this one I'm also looking forward to. I mean, staking yield activities for me is one of the most safest in my perspective. But again, it depends on the price of token, right? If it's really high, I don't know if it's worth buying the token, because you might just lose money if the token price drops down. So again, my main advice, not financial advice, but based on my experience, just to wait for the price to skyrocket. If you don't plan to get into the initial launch of the token, just to avoid the FOMO and whatnot, it's best to always just wait and see until you see the price stabilizes for like a few days or at least a week or so. If you see that the price stabilizes at that price point, maybe that's the time it's good to enter and start staking, probably if it becomes available. Then land pre-sale, so they're gonna have it soon. So I'm gonna be eyeing this one, and hopefully, maybe if I'm still interested at that point, I might take into the land pre-sale. Then this is also where they'll open the marketplace. So I guess if you buy your lands, you can also sell the lands here. And from what I read, you can also sell the NFTs that you have for the Umis and sell them in the marketplace. So Q1, their target is to get the beta launch out, which I'm gonna be definitely looking into. Hopefully it's not just bare bones, alright? So I really hope that it has enough meat in it for us to enjoy the actual game, right? Right now, there's not much games that you can actually play in the play to earn perspective, like in the blockchain game, that has a lot of meat in it. There are quite a few items out there, like let's say Splinterlands is one of them. Axie Infinity is also another one. There's also Blanco's Block Party. There's only very few you can name them, but there's not much you can say that this game is really in depth. This game is something that you can sink your time into and enjoy the game, right? So I'm just hoping that they'll be able to launch this properly in Q1. Now I don't know what kind of beta launch this is, because they mentioned here in Q2 they'll have the PvE and adventure mode. So what exactly are they launching in Q1? So that's the part I'm curious of, but we'll see. I'll try to ask around Discord and see if I get any more additional information. And they also mentioned that there's gonna be a racing game. I think they're gonna have those bird type creatures where you can probably breed them and I guess have them race in the game. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully the team will be able to pull through with their commitments for the game. I'm excited. I like how the game looks. Honestly, it's just nicely done. The animation is pretty much spot on. For me, it's attractive enough for a very diverse amount of people. So yeah, so I guess that's that, and that's all I have for today. And hope to see you again in my future videos. Have a nice day ahead, guys.